Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all the non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Yay! Yay, a brand new day. Definitely a good thing. A thumbs up. Hopefully things are going well for you. I had some minor insomnia / anxiety last night. I fell asleep pretty quickly, but then I woke up. It was really, really warm, and I was having a lot of heat-related anxiety. I almost got up to adjust things, but then managed to cool down, at which point I was feeling better, so was able to go back to sleep, and at least I was able to sleep after that. But for a short time, it was not fun, so thumbs up for that. But hey, life is life. Also, after all this, I have to hit the road early. I gotta walk down to the post office. There's notices. It's been about a week since I've been able to get there. And of course, my payment for my post office box, $100, is due by the end of the month, or I can't use it anymore. So, I'm really being overwhelmed on the whole I don't know what I'm going to do monetarily situation. So right now I just can't even think about it. Life is life. I've been doing trying to do a lot of thinking as I go walkies. I still try and do that, and it's been really warm, so I've been going later, so I'm getting back when it's starting to get dark, because it's now August, and so, it's not midsummer time anymore. We've had the summer equinox, and days are getting shorter. So, thumbs up for that. But I'm going out walkies, and I'm still trying to think. I do a lot of thinking still, as much as I can, on the whole creative story front and horror, cosmic horror framework stuff, and I've been thinking a lot of the various things on that. I've mentioned before how there's a whole bunch of different multiverses, and the city is having issues, but it's even worse now, because I've had to determine that, this is so bad, it's stuck. It's a bad sticking as well. And what I mean by that is the city, this infinite city, both spatially and is a process in time, is infinite. Only it was a not infinite amount of time that it was going to exist before Amaterasu came flying out of the void, at which point there was a split in the multiverse, and in this multiverse, the people that lived in the city, an infinite number of people inhabiting an infinite amount of space, evacuated, and it left the city alone. The city worked out quickly a whole bunch of stuff, and for it's very bad. The ramifications for it are bad. It doesn't affect anyone else. It just means the city doesn't change, because it can't. Because it is being rebooted and reset, because the ramifications of what the future is, now that it has been left alone, are so bad and so destructive, it is tearing itself apart. And it has a failsafe with a reality buffer that things can be reset. Now, unfortunately, the reset goes to just after the calculations have been made and you see the answer intellectually, but it's just before the emotional understanding crashes in and starts to destroy you. So it's fun, joyous. For the poor city, life is life. Been thinking about that, lots of other things, of course, trying to do my best. I really like thinking about the bone juice hurting world with the characters of course, as I've mentioned, there's Scarbat and Meliander and Ilchenka. One's one of the horse riding dwarves, and the other is one of the subterranean elves, and the other is one of the sort of undead of the Calendris, where that magical zombie plague killed everyone, and so they're all dead, but they're becoming sentient, and all of them are waking up in that fashion. So they're trying to form a new society, and they are the ultimate in cultural acquisition, and that they don't remember anything personal. They only remember like broad strokes of like civilizational stuff, how to do things, but not any of the personal things like who people were and what it means to be a person. So they're just picking and choosing from other cultures everything that they like and discarding everything they don't like and just making it up as they go along. And so there's these three individuals and they're traveling about. I do want to introduce, because it is an important race, but it's a heavy-duty thing, human beings into the mix, because so far there's no human beings that get written about in this story. Everyone's one of those three individuals, but there's a whole bunch of major races and a whole bunch of minor races that are on this world. And human beings are one of them, because in the church that is a major part of the world, but in this church anyone can join, because you sort of have to, you don't give up your national origin, but your personal fealty, I can't remember the word, loyalty, changes from the nation that you come from to the church. And so there's that shift of focus, and where the human beings come from, this eastern continent, they are dominant over there, and they're starting to spread, but dominant in that one things that human beings are really, really good at is we assimilate things. And as much as, oh, my heart skipped a beat there as I changed rhythm. As much as we are good at these things, of course, the other races are as well, but on this world, all the races mysteriously seem to have been chosen, for survival as the best who could survive. The dwarves, even though they are nomadic horse people, they have to ride smaller horses, but they're still horse people. But they're the type of horse people that realize that tradition is important, but it's mostly for your mental stuff. Being trapped by tradition, being a prisoner to tradition so you can't move forward is not good. So while they are traditionalists, as a race and species, they also understand that the world is changing. You can't be trapped by your traditions. You can just hold them as important as a culture, but things have to move and change. Not a traditional type of dwarf, the kind of dwarf that fits in well with this kind of world. As the Dorlan, the fungal elves, there's a lot of different realities where they could have been the kind of fungus that was parasitic or worse. But no, these ones have, it's really drilled into them that being symbiotic, I was trying to think of the word that started with O, symbiotic and not parasitic is the way to be, and they are fanatical about being symbiotic. They are terrified of parasitism. Just the way they should be if they were to fit in really good with a bunch of other races. And then the people of the Calendris, well, they're just fitting in with everyone as best they can and picking and choosing, and well, of all the types of zombies, that's the best kind to come back, isn't there? So the humans fit into this by being much, much more assimilative and not destructive. The problem with that is the continent that they come from now is very homogeneous. Everything is assimilated into the system. And the system, while equitable, where everyone has a chance, seems to just naturally and normally have human beings settling up toward the top of the system. It's nothing overt. It's nothing that anyone's trying to do. It's just the people at the top tend to be the human beings. There's all the other races. They don't really have any individual culture left. It's all just the system's culture. And the Dwarlin, it's all just part of the system. And the human beings that have joined the church and are spreading out now into the continent where I talk about these individuals that I like, Scarbat and such, these individuals in the church are really trying their best to. They are not saying anything bad about human beings at all. They are just saying, please be very careful. This culture, this system is assimilative and it accepts everything to become a part of it. If you want to be your own culture, you can't just accept that. So there's about 10% of all the human beings that you come across are members of this organization. That's why they joined the church. They still owe their loyalties to the church, but they're pressing to everyone on this continent, their frontier, to, join with us, trade with us, learn from us, do not become us. If you want to stay yourself, if you want to keep your culture, if you want to do this, do not become a part of this. Learn, trade, but be careful. So it's an interesting thing going on there, I think, and that's how I'm trying to figure out everything that's going on. So thumbs up on that. Anyway, ooh. I don't have a ton of actual allergy issues, but I will clog up if there's a bunch of junk in the air, and my eyes will get sticky and such like that. So right now, not a ton of stuff that's affecting me, but I'm just occasionally getting clogged up. Thumbs up for that. And then, of course, really, really fast, hopefully, I can't remember if I've talked about this before in this fashion. I know I've talked about both of these individually, but I did a tweet about this, and so I can't remember if I talked about it. But taken together, and I want to do a video on this one where it's the two best examples of short form existential horror that I have seen on the internet so far. And one of them has been the Halo Top commercial, Eat the Ice Cream, where this one unfortunate old woman, wakes up in a very sterile white environment wearing robes, and a robot is just feeding her ice cream. And when she asks, where's, name of person, where's Stephen, the answer that she's given after being offered an ice cream cone that comes at her is, everyone you love is gone. There is only ice cream. And then with a building sound, you can see this poor woman just crumpling from the inside with this knowledge poured upon her. And then, of course, it goes to the happy part where they advertise some of the ice cream. And then it comes back with, she's just screaming because there's massive amounts of robots just malfunctioning around her. And even the song that plays in the background, it's a nice, happy little song. But it's a song about how after the war, everybody's gone. There's only me and the machines. And human beings like me don't need to sleep or breathe. We just need ice cream. And that is just all around one of the very best short forms of existential horror I have ever seen, and it's just a commercial. And then, of course, the other one is done much more self-aware, but I've talked about this one a lot. It's Meat Canyon, who the stuff beforehand I'd always seen was, shocking stuff that was done like, oh, what's Meat Canyon gonna do now? But now it's, the art behind it is still shockingly shocking. But there is so much thought behind it, and the latest Space Jam parody with the parody character of Bugs Bunny, a vicious, horrible person who deserves no form of sympathy from the first video of it, put into an actual, more as stated, self-aware thing where at the end it's a stare straight from where Bugs Bunny lives out breaking the fourth wall to us as people, and just trapped by that what is happening all around thing. And again, one of the best forms of short form existential horror, again, more self-aware that they're doing that and showing that they're doing that, but still does not take away the impact. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and there's about 10 people I'm going to thank, because that's all there were in the past 24 hours. I have been getting, my views and everything have been plummeting so much. It's just frightening. So, no big deal. Just Key, thank you. I Am Assassin, greatly appreciated. Bear, thumbs up. Lil Rosie, ASMR, thumbs up and thank you. La Grim, greatly appreciated. Sammy Lepamaki, I'm nowhere close, but thank you. It's Youngblood, greatly appreciated. MK, thumbs up. Dincorda, greatly appreciated. A Bizarre YouTuber, thumbs up and thank you. And Colin Reisner, and that is everybody. Thank you, each and every person that has ever commented. It is appreciated to no end. Thumbs up and thank you so much. Like I say, my video views are plunging, and my view time is plunging, and everything is just, it's going downhill. So if you watch, thank you so much. It is appreciated to no end. If you could check out my various links down below, I do have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com, and if you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. I'm hoping to get it updated today for tomorrow, so thank you still, each and every one of you. It is appreciated. If you could check out, I've gotten all derailed there. I do have a PayPal link if you'd like to help me out. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I do have a Amazon wishlist link with a link to cat food. So if you could check it out, that would be cool and greatly appreciated. Of course, don't feel obligated. I don't feel entitled, but it would be nice. I mean, things are bad and getting worse, and oh boy. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, a definite thumbs up, and of course if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool, a definite thumbs up. Thank you so very much. And again, for everybody that watches to the end, thank you so much. It is appreciated to no end. Nobody has to watch. It is appreciated when anybody does. Definitely a thumbs up on that. So, because right now around the United States, things are, in many states, worse now than they were before we started lockdowns, and death rates are just climbing, even as the GOP continues to just open up and make illegal any ways for anyone to make sure that they're not going to get sick and die. Be as careful as you can. Maintain your social distancing. Wear a mask. Get vaxxed if you can. Wash your hands. Try not to touch your face. Please. This is just basic life and death. It's not political. Be safe. Please. You take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing. I'm trying not to sound too depressed. I think I'm failing though.